Hello, namaste दोस्तों. This is V for You Radio, the funnest radio station in town of Edmonton. और जैसा हम लोग, we're the largest community radio stations और हम हर बार आते हैं शाम को आपके बीच नए नए programs के बताने के बारे में जो community focused programs. और इस बार again a very very fun program कहते हैं राम भजो हरि भजो भजो राम के गुणगान. और of course as you know August is the month of Hindu heritage और इसमें कई प्रोग्राम्स हो रहे हैं एडमिंटन शहर में. और एक खूबसूरत प्रोग्राम राम कथा इन अ वेरी डिफरेंट फॉर्मेट लेकर आ रही है पूर्णिमा चौधरी ठुमरी फाउंडेशन. और आज हमारे साथ उनके सारे प्रेसिडेंट से लेकर सारे ऑर्गेनाइजर्स हमारे साथ हैं. वी आर सो प्राउड टू ब्रिंग सच community focused organizations. These are all not for profit organizations. Folks, you can see them here on the screen with me. I will welcome them, and starting with Mike Chaddha, who's the president of the Purnima Chaudhary Thumri Foundation. इंद्रनील चौधरी पूर्णिमा जी के बेटे, ऑफ कोर्स बहुत बहुत अच्छा कार्य कर रहे हैं. पूर्णिमा चौधरी वाज वन ऑफ द फाइनेस्ट ठुमरी सिंगर्स इन इंडिया और उन्हीं के याद में इन्होंने एक ठुमरी फाउंडेशन शुरू करी. व्हाट अ ग्रेट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. मैंने बहुत पार्टिसिपेट किया है एज इन कवरिंग द इवेंट्स. और साथ में दो इस बार राम कथा जो लेके आए योगश्री भारत एंड एकांश नारायण हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं. बट फर्स्ट थिंग फर्स्ट, going to Mike Chaddha, the president of Purnima Chaudhary Thumri Foundation. Mike, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, Anu, and thank you so much for V4U and all the audience as well. I am so happy to be on this platform today.
How long have you been associated with Purnima Chaudhary Thumri Foundation?
Purnima Chaudhary Thumri Foundation, I have been associated now for near about 1 year now. We have already done one program, cultural program, and now this is our second event. Although prior to me, there were several programs that were done before that, before I became president.
So दोस्तों बता दूं आपको मैं, Mike Chaddha belongs to the Realtor Society of Edmonton. In fact, he's a wonderful author. इन्होंने 2-3 किताबें लिखी हुई हैं. He's a wonderful coach, mentor in the field of real estate in Edmonton. And of course, on his free time, he does support organizations like this. Next on the board is इंद्रनील चौधरी, जिन्होंने इस फाउंडेशन की रूपरेखा रचना करी. हर साल ये 2-3 इवेंट करते हैं, अच्छे इवेंट करते हैं. Believes in bringing the finest people in terms of classical music, चाहे वो instruments हो, चाहे vocalists हो. Going to Indranil, of course, Indranil and I go long. We've shared so many years together, and I know how fond he's of music. Why Ram Katha this year, Indranil? Question to you.
नमस्कार भाई और बहनों. So thank you very much. अनु, आप ऐसे questions को लाते हैं कि जो कि even latent memory में हो वो भी सामने उभर कर आती है. तो thank you very much for posing those very very important questions and navigating through channelizing this discussion. First and foremost, thank you to our president, Mike Chaddha. We fondly call him Manoj. So he is giving a lot of leadership and direction with his own entrepreneurial skills. And thank you for his time and the time of the other board members as well. I believe Raj Mittal ji has joined from BC today. And we have our wonderful artist, Yogeshwari ji, who is going to talk about program in more detail. And I have a few questions for him. Ekansh, I'm following Ekansh since the time he was graduating. When we call graduating, he became a fully certified artist after Arangritha. When those Arangritha program, that evening we were there to cheer him up. So now he's doing very, very well. He's very well known in the community and also has performed in Calgary and performed, I think, all over Canada now. He's only about 15 or 16 years old. So the future of Indian music, Indian classical music is very, very bright as we see Ekansh. So about this foundation, this is the 10th year. We started exactly 2014, and this is the 10th year. And the entire year we will be bringing in special performances. And we will be, on one hand, we will be encouraging the local artists. On the other hand, to encourage the local artists, we will be bringing the star artists. So we'll talk about it a little bit more later, that what we are planning in future to do. At this point, entire concentration is on Ram Katha. Ram is the symbol of my inspiration from my early childhood. I followed Ram and try to think that if we can, whatever model, even 0.1% on him, then your life is made. And you will be happy to know that on the 10th day of Pran Pratishthan, which happened in Ayodhya, I was personally there. I
Wow.
visited India after 7 years, but right on time, and that was an amazing experience. And I look forward to going to Rameshwaram soon, and look forward to doing, taking the name of Ram as much as possible. I brought the sand and the soil of from Saryu Kinare and Ganga Kinare, because my hometown is Varanasi. So from Ayodhya and Kashi, I brought that soil, which will be put in the foundation of a Buffett Temple, great temple, which is coming up in Red Deer very soon. They have like the Red Deer organization. They already have the land, so we are going to mix the small amount of that soil from the pious land, and then the great foundation will be built. So Ram movement, is eternal. So thank you very much for this opportunity that we can contribute something in the name of Ram and get some inspiration. And when Yogeshwari ji talked about her concept, we do not have much experience in Carnatic classical music, but we really really love it. So we wanted to bring in that new dimension and to make it again fun, as you said. Ram is not just a very serious personality. He is also very human personality, to say the least. And we are hoping that Yogeshwari ji and the team of Ekansh and Mukund, they will personify Ram just in presence of us on 24th of August at India Center.
बहुत
And
खूबसूरत, बहुत
yeah,
खूबसूरत बात है इंद्रनील भाई। एंड हमारे श्रोतागण जाने, हिंदू समाज के लिए बहुत प्राउड मोमेंट है कि अगस्त हैज बीन डिक्लेयर्ड एज द हिंदू हेरिटेज मूवमेंट। बट जब राम की बात आती है, इट्स नॉट अबाउट रिलीजन। हिंदुइज्म हैज ऑलवेज बीन अ लाइफस्टाइल। और रामचरितमानस as a book has been studied in various MBA schools, but it's just not about religion anymore. And ये प्राउड मोमेंट तो था ही जब जब अयोध्या के पट द्वार खुले इस बार। हर इंसान ने, हर एक शख्स ने जो अपने आप को एसोसिएट करता है अयोध्या से, उसने अपने पर्सपेक्टिव, अपने डिमेंशन में उसको देखा। मैं भी इंडिया था और मुझे सौभाग्य प्राप्त हुआ अयोध्या जाने का, राम मंदिर देखने का। बहुत भव्य मंदिर और बहुत खूबसूरत एक फीलिंग आती है। So being a proud Hindu, I certainly look at from different perspectives. But आज जो राम कथा है वो fun में इसलिए क्या, क्योंकि it connects the audience who are connected to music in different forms, and Carnatic music is such rich. So of course going to Yogeshwari Bharat, talking more about Ram Katha. So we are so proud to have you in town, Yogeshwari. Tell me something about yourself. How did you come up with this concept? What are we going to expect on 24th of August?
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, first of all. Thank you to Indranil ji for really bringing us here. And thank you to Anushri Vastav ji as well for providing this platform to speak about the same. And of course, thank you to my accompanying artists, both Ekansh Narayan and Mukund Krishnan, without whom this would be not possible. So, a little about Ram Katha, or the concept that I'm bringing with is. Ram Katha is essentially a subset of this art form called Hari Katha. It's an ancient art form, very, very old, wherein, which is a judicious mix of and a complex mix of music, dance, katha, or narration. So, in order to narrate the stories, the philosophies, the rich heritage, the morals, and the philosophies of any aspect of our tradition, or of, you would say, the epics, or Puranas or Itihasas. So, in order to make it interesting, in fact, when you said we should keep it fun, I honestly believe that although this is an ancient art form, it is fun for the fact that you are bringing in a narration coupled with music or dance and emotions to it to convey the story to its maximum extent. So that is Hari Katha and Ram Katha, because the topic is Rama for August 24th, and hence we thought we will name the show as Ram Katha. So the concept, so my guru is also a Hari Katha exponent. So this has been happening in various regions across India. And traditionally, it is delivered in the regional languages. It could be Hindi, it could be Sanskrit, it could be any language. It could be Bengali, it could be Oriya, it could be Gujarati, it could be Tamil, it could be any regional, Telugu, Kannada, it could be any regional language. But for the benefit of all, we will be presenting it in English as far as we can, with the words. Of course, sometimes you would need to refer to the words correctly in the Sanskrit terms, and we will try our best to convey the meaning as much as we can. So that is the concept of Ram Katha, and hopefully we do justice to Lord Ram, who's Maryada Purushottam, and hopefully we do justice to all of you who have really instilled the confidence and given us this platform for the same.
No, in fact, it's entirely our pleasure to bring such great artists on our show. As I said, it's one of the turning into one of the biggest community radio, TV, social media platforms. Which because this is a need of the hour where we have to amplify such good work within the community, encourage people to join in as a family. Spend some good family time, instill some values because that is very important to stay connected with heritage and the literature and Granth, which we certainly believe in. I saw Savita ji as well,
Yes.
who has joined us, and she's just hiding behind the screen. I would request if Savita ji can open, and I wanted to tell why Savita ji, because see, folks, कोई भी इवेंट ऐसा ऑर्गेनाइज होता है, इट्स अ टीम वर्क. इसमें कम्युनिटी, कुछ ऑर्गेनाइजर्स होते हैं, कुछ कम्युनिटी कनेक्टर्स होते हैं, कुछ वॉलंटियर्स होते हैं. सविता जी हैज बीन अ great pillar in the community who brings not only the volunteer work but the noise level and the promotions of the events within the community. And Savita ji, I really respect you for that. So thank you for doing this. If you have any problems in opening up your video, that's fine. But let us know when you can talk. I would certainly like to hear from you. How much does it take for you to really do all this ticket sellings and all that? It's a lot of work. But before that, I would go to Ekanksh Narayan, who is the Mridangam player, who is going to play a great role in this event. I mean, I know there are two people on instruments. There is a violinist, Mridangam, and of course, Yogeshwari Bharat doing the vocals. And also get ready to be thrown under the bus because I may ask you to do something so that my audience can see what you're doing. But Ekanksh, tell us something about your role here and how much time does it take to prepare for such events? Ekanksh, can you hear me?
Oh, hello. Oh, namaskaram, everyone. I want to thank Engineer G for giving us for giving me the opportunity. Anuji Swanas Mridangam in Mridangam is very important as it shows the so in Harika there's many emotions, and in Mridangam we have to show that. For example, in the final battle of Lanka, there's a lot of hesitating. There's a lot of like battles. It's very like powerful, and in Mridangam we have to show that. So we give big beats and we give like a lot of power to when they play, and really shows. And we do not just show the mathematics. So it's a very
You know what? I don't know if it's just me who can just feel that. Is there my internet connection weaker, or I don't know if it's Ekanksh's only? Can you guys hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you well. So
I think Ekanksh is just breaking up a little bit, but I understood the crux of it. And folks, Mridangam is one of my favorite percussion instruments. Every percussion instrument, you know what, bring that sound energy, which really creates that could be a dholak, tabla, or Mridangam. Of course, it's and it complements the type of music. Yogeshwari, coming to you about the Carnatic side of, so is there some kind of a song-based story you do, like you sing a song and then narrate the stories? Just tell us something about this new type of a Ram Katha.
So I have to get off from the points that Ekanksh had mentioned, that Hari Katha, when you narrate a story, in fact, we were discussing this, and when we always narrate a story, even if you consider movies or anything, there's a lot of background score. There's a lot of musical instruments that's running in the background to convey that emotion, to narrate that emotion through the TV, through the screen. So when we are narrating the story, in whether we are narrating live or through a radio or any platform. When we narrate, when we have the vadyams to accompany you, the instruments to accompany you, it could be veena, it could be violin, it could be mridangam, it could be ghatam, it could be anything. They provide the additional support that you need to convey the emotion of that story. It could be a sad emotion, it could be a happy emotion. Like Ekant said, the Battle of Lanka that was fought by Vanaras and the demons of or the Ravana's army has so much going on. There are so many emotions that are playing. There is so much bravery and courageousness that's playing across both sides. It's such a fast moving environment. Over there, you would play a song which is fast moving. You need beats that are fast moving to convey. For example, there is a chariot with the horse that's moving. You need the talavadyam or the mridangam to convey that particular rhythm. Or there is an elephant, there's cavalry, there is infantry. So each of these march have a specific sound that's associated with it. They have a rhythm that's associated with it. They have a music that's associated with it, which we are trying to convey through our imagination, through the instruments. So earlier, what we have done is, for example, my guru and their guru. So everybody, what they have done is they pick stories. For example, in this case, we have Ram Katha. You could even pick Krishna Katha or Sudama. Sudama is Krishna's really good friend, and convey that story, imbibing the story, not just the story, but also morals. That's the most important aspect. So these are not just stories to be told, but there are hidden philosophies and morals that need to be conveyed. So how do you convey a moral or a philosophy without keeping it boring? How do you convey something to all ages and all sections of the society where they can understand, is through this kind of an art form. So you bring in music, you bring in a bhajan, you bring in where the music, for example, there are millions of composers, so many sants who have composed so many kritis or so many songs, so many bhajans. So you bring in apt bhajans. You bring in something, for example, let's say we are talking about Rama being born in Ayodhya, right? So when Rama is born in Ayodhya, there is not a lot of Ram, like how Krishna Leela, when he was a baby, there are a lot of Leelas that are being described. But for Rama, the Leelas are very limited when he was a child. But Tulsidas ji has conveyed that in his kriti, Tumak chalat Ramachandra bhajat pajaniya. Tumak chalat Ramachandra bhajat pajaniya. So what he describes baby Ram. So how do babies walk? Babies are not going to walk, right? He's like Tumak. So the babies is like walking with a very weird, trying to walk. Ram Lalla is trying to walk in a very weird fashion, but he's falling. He walks 2 steps, he falls. Then Kausalya and Dasharatha are like, come, dear Rama, come. We always call the baby, right? Come here. So Tulsidas ji has visualized this so well for us. So Dai Mat God Lekar. So she says Daima is also there in this picture. So Daima is taking Rama in the god, and he keeps him on the lap and then feeds him. So this is an apt song to describe the Bala Leela of Sri Rama, right? So that's how you pick a song. You can pick always a song to described by so many sons. Kabir Das has sung so many dohas and bhajans on Lord Rama that you can pick up and sing like this. For example, if you want to talk about how Ramanama is very, like you were telling about Ram Bhajo, Hari Bhajo, you said that in the beginning, right? So there are so many saints across, not just India, across Southeast Asia. There are so many versions of Ramayana that keep saying this, right? So there are so many versions of Ramayana of Southeast Asia, the Asian heritage. All of them have Ramayana as their core. So when Ramayana is the core, Ramanamam Bhajo, there are so many sons who are saying this. For example, Sadashiva Brahmendral is a composer who says Pibare Ramarasam. So he says Pibare Ramarasam. He says drink Rama, but as a nectar. So he says just drink Ramanama as a nectar. It's so easy to just swallow, right? Saying Ram, 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 Ram. So what cutting the long story short, what we do is we pick up these excerpts from the composers and try to fit into our story, which will be seamless. So when we do Tumaka Chalata, Mridangam is very important. At that time, what Ekanshu will do, he will play a soft beat. because that is the emotion of that child. He's not going to play a large beat, which means like a large cavalry, like one, a horse riding a horse chariot. So he will understand. When he said, it's the emotion that you carry, he understands that emotion. All of us on stage are pretty much doing that. So all of us, in essence, necessarily need to be involved in it to convey it.
I am you just got me there, I guess, and you speak so eloquently about this whole thing,
Yeah.
and I can totally see the passion running in, and I can totally see the topic is so not only just emotional, but has got so much of cultural value to many Edmontonians. And again, Savita ji, are you able to listen and talk?
So our
Looks like she is not able
Yeah,
to
she
listen or
cannot.
talk, but I will go back to Indranil here.
Yes.
Indranil,
Yes.
I would like to bring you back. So maybe
Yes.
tell us
I'm fascinated by what Yogeshwari ji now said, and sometimes what happens again, it's like a tip of the iceberg when there is a ship going and then hits the iceberg. Unfortunately, it shouldn't hit at all like Titanic hit, but only 1/3 is visible, 2/3 is not visible.
right.
So a discussion like this particular thing, what is happening, it brings that those 2/3 as well, which is latent. So what Yogeshwari ji reminded, that was such a great thing when as I said, I was in the 10th day. I was there here in Ayodhya. So then I try to understand even those 3-4 lines, which is Raghupati Raghava Raja
Yeah.
Ram Patita Pavan Sita Ram. So it's the subtlety. Raghupati means you are the leader of Raghukul. Raja Ram, when king, he becomes king. Raghupati Raghav,
Yeah.
Raja Ram, Patita Pavana, when you do the Uddhar of Ahila, then you become Patita Pavana. Sita Ram, when you get married, and Sita Ram are not separable, they are always together. But if you come back to that theme, the one part which I deliberately left out, the deity which is there in Ayodhya is that of Raghav. Who is Raghav? Raghav is about 5-year-old child who is just growing up. And that is the deity which is installed there at Ayodhya. For someone who is still not able to go there or no, just wanted to share my thoughts. So Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram. Raghav is there who will meet you at Ayodhya. I'm sure after listening to Yogeshwari ji's team at India Center on 24th of August, if you have still not been to Ayodhya, you will make an attempt to be there.
Absolutely. And just before we end the first promotion on Ram Katha that's happening on 24th August, Indranil, why don't you use this small little poster and just maybe give out some housekeeping things like ticket pricing and all that, and who can they get the tickets from if you're okay to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. I've sent you a link. So what is happening now, and even the artist Yogeshwari ji is not aware of what we have discussed day before yesterday, that we are working very hard to bring the sponsors. And by the next time, with your help, Anupam ji, when this program becomes even a bigger hit, we will be able to announce that there will be nothing in between the Ram Bhaks and the Ram Katha. There will be no price there.
Wow.
Anyone wants to enter will enter without paying even a single dollar. But we are going to put a volunteer donation optional, or if you want to donate, you can donate as little as $10, and you can donate as much as $50. And if you cannot, don't worry at all, but be there. So that will be the next announcement in your next show. So at this point of time, I would only say go and register yourself. We are going to, Avi has worked hard to create those digital links. At least register yourself and pick a price, $0, $10, $50, or you can wait till the end. But I will keep my fingers crossed. There could be a scenario whereby we have to close the door by about 4:30, 4:45, that, all the registrations have been done. It's full house. If this is so much in demand, we'll bring Yogeshwari ji and team very soon, once again in a month or two. But at this point, there is a cutoff point because we can only accommodate 230 people there.
I was about to ask what is the maximum. So again, 230 is not a very, very big number to fill in. However, people who've been to India Center, the CISC building, it's a great venue, very, very centrally located.
Yeah.
So, and the parking is free, and they've got ample of parking. And just beside that, you've got the Horticultural Society of Temple as well.
Yeah.
So great venue, great dates, Hindu Heritage Month, absolutely the right time to really pick such a great thing. And we've got such talented people in Edmonton, and Edmonton is really now showcasing some international events, Indranil, and I thank you for choosing Purnima Chaudhary Thumri Foundation to host these events. My big thank you, and thank you for choosing We For You Radio as a media partner as well. We will certainly be there live to cover such great talents. I'm
Yeah,
about
I
to see
wanted to
that.
just add here, thank a couple of, other than
Yes,
the
yes,
artists,
please.
I want to thank Council of India, and you would be happy to know that your Purnima Chaudhary Thumri Foundation is the 21st associate of Council of India.
Wow.
There used to be 20, now we are the 21st, and Council was very humble to provide this venue to us without charging anything, so that we can
Wow.
reach out to as many, Ram Bhakts as possible. And then we have also joined hands with Alberta Gujarati Association, which is a 45-year-old organization, and Garbi Gujarat Association, who are chipping in, trying to see that each and every seniors will, without any question, will be admitted free. So they are promoting the event as well. So we want to thank all these three organizations, and would like to thank We For You, because this is the platform through which everyone gets to know what's happening really.
Yeah, we certainly are bringing the right technology. So digital is the way to really now. People want to get all the feeds through their phones, and that's what we are trying to do, to especially connect the entire community on one platform. And whatever I can do to really promote such events, I really thank Indranil yourself. I wanted to thank Mike Chadda for taking some time to come. And biggest thank to Yogashri and Ekansh for joining and doing this for all of us, especially in such an auspicious month, which is the Hindu Heritage Month. I feel that this is the need. And of course, to all the volunteers, all the sponsors, and all the associations that are promoting Ram Katha in Edmonton coming on August 24, CIC Center. Registrations are on, 230 seats only. And this is one of the events which you do not want to miss. And I'm going to bring you guys again, probably in a few days, to bring you more details, and maybe bring some more new faces to talk about this event. Thank you, Indranil. Thank you, Yogeshri.
Thank you.
Gansh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
दोस्तों के साथ हम साथ हैं आस पास मंजिलों का हम सफर हर किस्से का हम राज